Well, hello, YouTubers and subscribers, and welcome to Starry Homestead. I actually have my home in the background, which you usually probably don't see a lot of because I'm usually too busy running around in the garden, or we're chopping wood, or you've got the beautiful view of the mountains. But this morning, I wanted to do a real quick video for all of you at home because I have some exciting news. If you haven't already seen it, I did a podcast last week with PrepperRecon.com, and this is what I really love about YouTube. It has the opportunity to bring people together. And you know, my channel, it is living proof. I think God is on fire on my channel. I really do. Because not only am I sharing a lot of tips and tutorials on our lifestyle, but I'm doing sermons that uplift and glorify God. And people are coming to the channel and they're getting revived. They're waking up. So Mark Godwin, aka Prepper REcon, got a hold of me and said, Starry, I have been watching your channel and I see that it's exploding. And the thing I love about you is that not only are you off grid, but you have unplugged from the system successfully and you are a Christian. So woohoo for that. And we really did have a lot in common because I had already been watching his YouTube channel, PrepperRecon.com, because of his philosophy. You know, the great thing about YouTube is it draws so many of us together. It creates a community and people you wouldn't even know from all over the world come together and you don't feel so alone. And that's really empowering. So when he did contact me and said, you know, Starry, do you want to do a podcast with me? And I'm like, yes, I want to do a podcast. Simply because collaborations to draw other people in and empower them is so valuable. And really, for my channel, I tell you, it has just been a blessing that people are finding me. They are waking up, not just waking up to living off the grid and becoming more self-sustainable and really realizing that, you know what? I can do this, but also waking up to the Lord. And that's really important to me. So me and Mark Godwin had a lot of things in common. And the awesome thing about Mark is he already has stepped outside the box. You know, if you've read some of his books, and I don't know if you have, but you should. The Days of Noah. There's another one I think called American Meltdown. This guy is leading edge. He is already thinking way outside the box. That whole sheeple mentality that so much of us in society still has, not for Mark Godwin. And he has really gone the extra step with his website and the books and the interviews. So he really is a leading advocate of empowering yourself to wake up, be more prepared. And not, you know, this is what I always say, you don't have to be prepared by just going off the grid and unplugging. You can be prepared wherever you are at. So please check out the podcast because for me it was really about sharing a little bit more of myself and how we got to where we got and our philosophy, because a lot of my videos are just tutorials and tips, but there is a whole philosophy and a whole story how we ended up here in the glorious mountains. And it really was a journey that probably a lot of you are already going through, but it hopefully will make you feel not so alone, because this is the thing you are going to find when you start thinking outside the box and you want to empower yourself and you want to become more sustainable, and say you start doing things like we do. You start buying things in bulk, you start creating a pantry, you start a garden, you maybe buy some guns and some ammo, and instead of being in the stock market you take your money out and maybe you're investing more in tangible things for your self-sustainability, and maybe even looking at gold and silver. I mean, there's a lot of different things to look at, but you know what happens is the sheep will look at you like you're crazy. They look at you like, is this guy a prepper? Is he a doomsday person? They just don't know what to think. And a lot of that will come from your friends and family. But people
have
do
to
not
empower
lose
ourselves
hope and start investing in, our homesteads. No one else is going to do it for us. This is the thing that is really so awesome about people like Mark Godwin being a Christian. I think a lot of people have a false belief or misconception that people who are followers of Christ, when something bad happens, we're just going to fall on our knees and let God take over. Well, you know what? God is in control, but God also, if you read his scriptures, wants us to be prepared. It's throughout scripture. If you look in the Old Testament, in the Old Testament, people worked, they labored, they had fields, they stored grain, they were prepared. So that really is our philosophy here on the homestead. We're just not waiting for doom and gloom. And I will tell you, when you start waking up, you start going beyond the sheeple, you are going to find that a lot of people are going to be very critical of you. And it may even be
as soon as
your
you
friends
start
and your
going outside
family.
that little societal box,
You're labeled. You're labeled a freak. You're labeled an extremist. There are labels for all of it. And it's so unfortunate because it really does keep people in line. It keeps their thinking, that keeps the blinders on. So, it's sad. It really is sad because there's so many people out there that just aren't getting it. And they're walking with the sheep and they're getting ready to go off the cliff. So don't become discouraged. That is one of the main reasons I wanted to do the interview. I want people to wake up. Yes, I want you to wake up. But I want you to see that, yes, you can do this successful. Yes, you may get some resistance, but it's there are other people who are doing it. There are other people who are successful, and we're not freaks. I'm not a freak. My husband may think I'm a freak, but really, seriously, you're not a freak, and you're not alone. We had our own journey, people. We really did. But look at how far we came. Look at how far we came. So you're not alone. There are people like you out there. Mark Godwin, me. Go on his channel and listen to his interviews. I tell you, it's really, really uplifting, and it will make you more confident in your walk. And we really need, we need that fellowship, because we can't be an island by ourselves. That's the other thing about this philosophy with unplugging and going off the grid, or doing it on the grid and just getting more self-sustainable. You can't do it alone. We need each other. So that's, again, the great thing about YouTube, bringing people together, collaborating. And for me, the collaboration is all about empowering people, uplifting them, waking them up to the Lord, and then going forward. So, all right, guys, remember, PrepperRecon.com, and you can check out the link on my Facebook channel. I think that's it. So, okay. Thank you, guys, and God bless. And until next time, and oh, here we go. The dogs, wherever I go. And I think during the video, one of the chickens laid an egg. But that's okay. This is live, unedited. Okay, guys, remember, PrepperRecon.com. Enjoy the podcast, and God bless as always.